Hey there, beautiful souls, holy frickin' cannolis. I was getting ready to go to the pool, received this message from Spirit, so don't scroll past this because you're not going to want to miss what this energy holds today. Let's get into this, beautiful soul. I did have to write this download on my laptop because I wanted to ensure that I am honoring Spirit and their message, so I didn't want to leave anything out. So today, Spirit is saying this energy, it is a deep recalibration. It is a recalibration between releasing, remembrance, and expansion, okay? Spirit is saying that you are not here to heal, build, create according to someone else's blueprint. You came here to break that. You are, once again, you are that cycle breaker. And so that's why at moments it feels very intense and dense. Spirit is saying the reason why those learning opportunities are coming back, it's not because you're on the wrong path. Beautiful soul, you are on the right path. You came here to break generational trauma, generational programming of limiting beliefs, negative thought patterns, okay? Spirit is saying you came here to create differently. You came here to teach differently. You came here to lead differently, to serve differently, to build differently, okay? And that's when we are busting out of the matrix, when we are busting out of that old, dense programming. It is heavy. It is one minute we're laughing and having a good time, and then we're ugly crying on the floor, okay? But Spirit is saying that you really are releasing what no longer fits the person that you are becoming, that you are embodying, and that is your true divine essence. Spirit, this is what Spirit, this part I had to write down because this was very loud and I wanted to make sure I did not leave a word out. Spirit is saying, hold on one second. Spirit is saying, do not dilute what you are creating simply because it doesn't look like the traditional model. It's not the traditional way, okay? Spirit is saying you are creating and manifesting something that may not fully fit into an existing category. You came here to break the mold. You came here to help awaken. And it's through your own journey. Spirit is saying it is through the learning opportunities that you gain the tools, the modalities, the trust and belief in who you are. And you're going to lead, you're going to teach with that, okay? Because Spirit is saying you were never, none of us were meant to be limited by one. We are divine limitless beings, okay? You are limitless. I'm limitless. Our creations are limitless, okay? Spirit is saying that you are limitless, and so are your creations, your manifestations that are moving through you, the ideas that you get. What you're creating is becoming more than a collection of services, of offerings, of ideas. Spirit is saying it's an ecosystem. It's an ecosystem of community, of connection, of healing, of remembrance, transformation, and expansion. You're not here to recreate what already exists, Spirit is saying. You beautiful soul, you are here to bring through what has never existed in this way before. That's why it feels so dense. That's why it feels intense. That's why it feels like at times you're at a standstill or it feels confusing. Because beautiful soul, you're breaking the mold. You are breaking the mold of limiting beliefs and old programming. It has never been done in this way, and it has never been done at this level, Spirit is saying. And it's through what you're creating, what you're building, what you're releasing, what you're expanding. You're going to be guided to lead and to teach others, okay? So I do want to get into the cards, and I want to ask Spirit to please show us what is releasing, whether this is releasing in or out. What is releasing through this deep transformation? Oh my God. Spirit is saying trust. Trust in what you are hearing, seeing, and feeling. Trust in like these learning opportunities. Maybe these are traumas that are coming back around. Spirit is saying it's because this is a deep recalibration. These learning opportunities that are circling back around, the traumas from the past that are coming back around, Spirit is saying is because this is part of the deep recalibration. Because the abundance and prosperity that is coming through you, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and financially, it has no room. It has no room for this. Spirit is saying these learning experiences, these traumas that are coming forward again, it's to be cleared out so you could hold. It's making room for what the universe is getting ready to deliver to you, for you, and through you. So Spirit is saying trust. Trust in what it is that's coming through. Crown chakra. So once again, this is removing any mental clutter, removing any mental trauma, Spirit is saying. So trust in the process, trust in the releasing. What else needs to be released is boundaries, re-evaluation of boundaries. But it's not just boundaries with other people. Spirit is saying in this deep recalibration, this is about you re-evaluating boundaries that you have set within yourself. So this could be like some of these learning opportunities and traumas. This is like a limiting belief too. And so part of that boundary is I'm no longer carrying that energy. I see the trauma. I understand the trauma, what it taught me. But now the boundary is I release it. I give it back to the person who tried to inflict that upon me. I alchemize that. I give it to the universe to transform, transmute into loving, healing, protective light and place it where it's needed the most. Okay? But also through the releasing, I got to put my readers on for this one. There's someone here who is a starseed. Okay? This is starseed Lemuria. What's releasing is what you came here to create, because what you're creating, what you're building, what you're manifesting, it hasn't been done this way before, Spirit is saying. You're bringing new in, you're taking the old and the new and you're creating something completely different. Spirit is saying you are creating heaven on earth, and it starts inside first and then it exudes out. But once again, Spirit is saying there is someone here who is a starseed. So you may be Lemurian, you might be a Blue Ray, you could be Pleiades. There's so many others out there, but Spirit is saying if you're questioning whether or not you're a starseed or you're okay, hold on, spiritually stroking up. This is for someone who is a starseed. Someone is really starting to waken up, and you're going to have a connection with starseed lineages, helping you to awaken, activate. Spirit is saying it's through this deep recalibration, activating light codes, key codes, sacred codes, starseed codes. Maybe you're starting to write light language or speak light language. Spirit is saying you're leveling up. It's through this deep recalibration. It's through this releasing that you're going through a deep recalibration, remembering who you are. And for some of you, it's star seed. This is part of your expansion of remembering your true gifts and abilities. You're not just an earth angel. You're not just this. You are a limitless being. Okay? And what Spirit is saying, it's through these learning opportunities is don't dim your light. Continue to release what doesn't serve you. And if you look at this, third eye expansion, okay? Third eye. Spirit is saying the releasing of the boundaries, okay? Boundaries. That you're being called to remember you are a starseed. And what you're being called to release is any limiting beliefs, old programming, that has dimmed your light. Okay, so I just want to see what else. What else are we being called to remember, and what is expanding? Okay, what we're being called to remember is that it's not always about, Spirit is saying take a break. It's not always about movement. Yes, there's physical movement, but Spirit is saying you don't always have to be in the hustle and grind. Sometimes we get our biggest answers in the stillness. Spirit is saying if there's been things that have been going at a standstill, not just chaotic, but at a standstill, this is part of the recalibration. This is part of the deep replenishment. This is part of remembering who you are. So Spirit is saying take time to sit in that stillness, because that's when you're going to receive the biggest release. And through that release, you're going to remember who you truly are, which is going to it's a massive ripple effect in remembering in who you are. That's part of the expansion. So I just want to see what else we need to know. Like what is expanding? I just want to see what else is expanding. Okay, I've got a few cards here. Messages. Spirit is saying, sorry. It's through this that the way that you're going to be receiving messages from your higher self, from your spirit team, from the starseed lineages, they're going to be stronger and clearer. Spirit is saying you're getting grounded and rooted in your own throat chakra. You're becoming fully embodied in the power of your voice. We've got number 7. So Spirit is also saying what is expanding is more opportunities for you to not step into the power of your voice, because Spirit is saying you're already doing that. You're embodying. It's through this deep recalibration and releasing that this is now you're stepping into full embodiment. Spirit is saying there's opportunities coming in where you're going to be able to use your voice more. So this career-wise, but also personal-wise. Okay, Spirit is saying you're grounded and rooted. You're embodied into the power of your voice. Okay, but what I'm hearing is within the next 7 days, someone's going to receive some type of message, some type of validation, some type of confirmation on a project or on an opportunity of moving forward, of you like being the MC, of you being the prime speaker, of you stepping in and showing them the embodiment of your voice, the power of it, the message that you hold. Okay. So what is expanding? Surprises. Spirit is saying expect the unexpected. It's through this deep recalibration of releasing that you're going to be receiving your manifestations and greaters. And there's something here too. Spirit is saying July, and a lot of readers been saying this, but July is going to be a bountiful month for many people in their manifestations. Just depends on where you're in your timeline. Are you going to, Spirit is saying, take a hold of this deep recalibration, release out so that you can be in the receiving mode. There's 14. Spirit is saying, messages. So there's something here about July 14th. A surprise message. An unexpected confirmation, validation of a manifestation, something that you've been wanting, needing, and desiring. So Spirit is saying, because you were here to lead differently, teach differently, serve differently, build differently, what you're creating and building, Spirit is saying there is going to be some surprise message here. And it could be on July 14th, okay? What's expanding is achievement, inner achievement. It's through the deep recalibration. What you're releasing has an effect on what you're creating, what you're building. And what Spirit is showing me, this is career. This is how you support your family. This is how you co-create and collaborate with money, okay? There is some big achievement here. So this is going to be a really big month, you guys, for achieving your manifestations, achieving the way that you do teach, lead, serve, and build differently. Okay, and look at this, 52. It's through these changes, it's through this deep recalibration that you're creating massive positive changes that is putting you into alignment with those achievements. Okay. Moving on. Can't even make this up. Spirit is saying you are moving on from the old. What is releasing is the old way of living, is the old way of leading and serving, building and creating. and you're moving on from that, and you're stepping in to your highest timeline. Spirit said correction, not just stepping into your highest timeline, but being in full embodiment of that highest timeline. So I just want to see what Archangel is with us in this energy as we embrace this deep recalibration. We've got Archangel Azrael, transcendence, beautiful souls. You cannot make this up. This angel is helping you with this deep recalibration between remembrance, releasing, and expansion. You can't even make this up. Okay, the card says you wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. Own your story. Now I just want to get oh, you guys, I was going to do an angel number, and this card from my Work Your Light was laying like 3 cards on it, and it was popped out. Unbound. Spirit is saying you're unbound from the limiting beliefs and old programming. It's through this transcendence you are unbinding yourself from limiting beliefs. It is through this deep recalibration of releasing, of remembrance, of expansion that you are unbinding yourself from old soul contracts, old patterns, limiting beliefs. You are no longer embodied in other people's soul blueprints, okay, or someone else's blueprints. And what I mean by that is of the way that you were taught, like, you can't have this unless you're married, or you can't have this unless you're working 2 jobs. No, beautiful soul, you're fucking dismantling that, okay? Excuse my language. So now let's see what angel number we're looking for. 143, preparation. Spirit is saying this deep recalibration is getting you prepared for the abundance and prosperity. It's getting you prepared for you to receive full, extreme full embodiment of your highest timeline. And when I say your highest timeline, Spirit is saying you didn't think it could be this great. This highest timeline is, Spirit is saying what you've been manifesting, what you're creating, what you thought your highest timeline was or is grander. Okay. And I want to go back to this moving on card, because if you look at this card, it says freedom, 10 miles. Look at this, 10. You're fulfilling your soul's destiny. You are embodied in your soul's destiny. This is physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial freedom is coming. But you get to choose, beautiful soul. With this deep recalibration, are you going to continue to release? Remember who you are and allow yourself to expand. And in that expansion, really embody your worth and your value to receive. So that, my beautiful friends, is the message today. If you're ready to fully embody this recalibration, hit the heart, hit the like, put angel number 143, Archangel Azrael, or just say I'm ready to receive. So until we meet again, my beautiful friends, love, light, and many, many blessings.